Oh, one. Hi, and good afternoon. We're gonna start the trans right now, taking out the trans. So far, I got the speedometer cable out. I'll show you how I did this. Bring it on down here to the transfer case. Here we go. So here's the transfer case. This shouldn't be hot right now. This is speedometer gear. And what I did was, this piece goes in here and bolts here. So I didn't want to mess up this too much with the gasket there. So I heated just quickly here and heated here. It's cooled down now. And is it cooled down now? Yeah, it's cooled down now. I try not to lose so many pieces, so I put everything back together. But for now, it's out of the way. And this gear does go in here this way. So we're gonna leave it in there like that. And I got this. This is the cable that came out. Basically, it's blue glued together. I guess this sensor goes to here, but I think this is supposed to be bolted together. So I'm gonna run a bolt and maybe put a little more glue in there. I don't get it, but that's what I'll do. I'll just put a bolt. I'm gonna put a bolt here. I don't know why it's loose. Like, I don't get it. But that's the transfer case is out to the side. So I'm gonna show you what's going on underneath. So underneath, I said I'm not gonna mess around with this exhaust. So what we did was, if you notice this piece right here, lights are on my way. Hold on a second. So the lights are here, right here. You can see this part. No, you really can't see it. Okay. Here I just blew the stud out. I burnt the stud right out. It was basically, if you look up this way, let's see if you can see. Sorry, I'm fumbling everywhere. Let me see what you see, and then I'll tell you what we got going on up there. So, can you see what's going on up there? Okay. Right there. Let me point it out with I got this really big pry bar. Let me put a little light on the subject and see what you got. Okay. I think, hold on a second, let me get a little bit better of a view of what's going on up there. Not the best view ever. Let's move it over a little bit. Okay, not too much. Okay, that's pretty good. You really can't see very good with the camera, but okay, there we go. That's better. So, okay, now you can see the exhaust. So here is, I'm popping it off right now. I just bolted a nut. So there goes the washer. There goes the nut, and it's the opposite way on the other side. This one, there's a flange on this side, so you can sneak a bolt in and be done, and in here. So this I can burn off at any time. I don't need to cut it, and the thing is, I don't have a creeper right now. I broke my last one, and I got a creeper on my service truck. I should just get it out. So, okay, there goes the exhaust. So we took the exhaust down from the top. Now let's switch over to here. And I guess, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna take a sample of this. But the thing is, I'm putting it on the ground. I mean, the muffler's shot, right? So, just for exhaust reasons, the tailpipe, I think the tailpipe is shot too. But let me see what I can do here. See what we got here. I got my Sawzall. I thought this pipe was working. Let's see what we got here. I know the muffler is shot. Okay, well that didn't take very much to get out. As you just noticed, all I did was push. Oh God, look at that. I just pushed and the muffler fell out. And look, on the top there's another bee's nest, of course. So let's push this to the side. Gosh, it just fell right on. I didn't even need my Sawzall. Let's take this. God. my tools. Rub it on. Okay, the exhaust is completely useless. Okay. No, I don't like to work like this right now, but I gotta get things done. So sometimes you gotta work a little messy. So that's the exhaust. You see it's right all there. All there, front pipe and muffler. Tailpipe obviously was rotted away and it's just sitting in there, and it doesn't really matter. It's I'm not gonna disconnect it now because it does nothing for us. So let's turn around and see what we got going on here. Maybe if I do it this way. Okay. Okay. I'm getting too much of a way of what's going on. Let's see what we got here. I got a lot of light. So, okay, you got drive shaft. That's out. So let's go. Let me see if you can see what I see. Let's see. Let's go up this way. I'm trying to get you a little higher. And let's see what I have no idea what I'm up against up here. So I get sit under my truck actually. So I got 4 bolts to hold the shifter up. So I don't see why I wouldn't take that off. You know why? Because nothing comes unbolted very easily. That's why. And sorry, my head's in the way there, but I'm trying to get my strategy here going on. So this one bolt is seized here, but I think if we take that one, I've heat this up the trans again, we can get this bolt out, and then the bolt on the top is a bracket. One, there should be one in the front too, but is there one? Yeah, there's 2. Okay, if we get those 2 off the top, let's see what we got. They look so rusted. We got to heat those things up. You're gonna worry about that bushing there, about that rubber grommet. Hopefully it's in neutral. We should be able to take that shifter out. And I'm guessing it lines up, just slips right down in, I guess. I guess that's the way the forks go. So, I got so much light right on me, that's actually not a good thing. So, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna move this light behind me, and then we can see a little better what's going on. And then maybe I can get this transmission jack out of here. So you're just gonna watch as I try to move things around. That's how I'm gonna work today. So you get to see what I'm doing. Now I don't want to take, we're gonna lower it onto the, hold on a second. First things first. Let me move the light around so you can see what I'm doing. I just took the exhaust and I put it outside. Here's my light. It's a nice big light setup, but it's a tripod. It's not really what you're supposed to be doing with a tripod. But it does give you a lot of light. Should be good now. Gosh, man. Come on, let me move this. I need a wire on this. 1 second. Oh, boy. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's close your tripod up. Put the light underneath. It's a heck of a lot of light. There we go. Hopefully you can see better. Put that there. That there. Okay. So. Okay, now. I'm a righty, so let's put you over here. Get that down. Let me see. I know you're gonna see my face for a second, but then let me see if you can see pretty good. Okay, you can see what I'm doing pretty decently, no matter what angle we got now. Hopefully that's the best I can do for everybody out there that wants to know how to take one of these transmissions out and get to the clutch. Okay? So let's prop up the engine first. Here's my harness. Here was the vent that's gonna go way up top. Obviously gonzo. Here is the two wires for different sensors. One's the speedometer and one is over here. Probably a reverse, or it has a shift light on it. Maybe that's a shift light. And then the other one is this nice heavy vacuum here. Nice vacuum setup. And I'm probably gonna use this one for my black sheep because I need this. So we might have to steal this and then individually put one line in. We have to mark it and put individual lines to here. So the next guy is not gonna be very happy if he has to disconnect it, but you shouldn't have to. So we're gonna put that to the side up there. Let's get this transmission, this engine, kind of propped up there. And then we can lower the jack. Okay. Now let's try to get it as far away as we can. Now I got big jack stands. I don't know why I'm kind of doing this like a kid, like playing with blocks and everything, but guess what? This is all I got right now. So I don't feel like going to get another freaking, oh nice, one more notch. It's a little wiggly, but it should hold the front of the pan. Let's drop that down and then we can work on this transmission, get it out. I don't see a problem now. I'm unbolting this thing and scootering it out. I almost want to like not take out the shifter, but let me shut this light off. I don't need this light on now. And then all we gotta do is go around, as the starter should bolt. Do I have to take the starter out? Now, everybody knows it. When you're doing a clutch, you gotta take the starter out. But it's not an automatic, so the pressure plate is gonna be bolted this way. So the starter is gonna be holding. Well, you gotta take the starter out, I'm guessing. That bolt is gonzo, that's. And there's one up, so the starter goes this way. You're gonna have to take the starter out. That's all I ever known. Okay, so I gotta bend the plate back a little bit. Where should we start? Let's get the shifter out first, because I've done plenty of starters. For some reason, if the bolt goes through here, and the bell housing is connected, let's see, that bolt goes straight through. That bolt goes this way, that bolt goes that way. The starter should come out with the bell housing, right? You know what? I don't know, we could try, what the heck? Doesn't matter, let's try to take it out. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because the bolts go straight through. They're gonna be very long, that's where it is. And they're gonna hit. What the heck? I can't see, that's the problem. I'd say they go, I don't know. Let's not worry about that now. Let's get this jack down a little bit. Okay. I take the handle out constantly because it gets in the way. It's got one little thumb. I use it. It's a bolt, but I don't. Okay. And I'm gonna have to cut this video a little short, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and then you're gonna just have to see what I'm doing. Okay. Now it sucks when you get older, you can't see what you're doing, but you use your other senses and you'll be okay. So let's lower this, and it should hit the oil pan. That's not very good on there. What? That's actually pretty good on there now. Let's lower it. Let's see what goes on. How much? Whoa! Ah, crap! Lenny. Okay, we got a fluid coming out. All right, let me get something to clean that up. I forgot about the transmission fluid. Use a couple rags. Let's not cry over spilled milk. Okay, got 2 bolts from the transmission. Got 3 bolts. It's a good idea, but you're going to lose some fluid. How much fluid do we want to lose? Not a lot. But if we're going to lose it, it's going to get all over my jack and everything. Okay, so we're going to lose the fluid, and there's no way really. I don't have a plug for that kind of tranny. Let me see. We got about 17 minutes in so far. Everybody saw that mistake. Okay, it's not a big deal. It's only a little tranny fluid. I'm gonna top her off anyway. Right? It's only fluid. Alright. I just don't like to get a mess on everything for no reason. You make a mess, you gotta work in a mess. Who the hell wants to work in a mess? So, got all these rags going on. So my deal is, let's see here. You should have just drained the fluid. Looks like there's a bolt on the bottom, right? Yeah, there's a drain plug right on the bottom. Why don't you just drain the fluid? Why? Why should you? Well, here's a drain plug to add. Here's a drain. You put the pan here, I can drain it right out. Can't hold much fluid. Look how low that tranny is. The thing probably holds like 2 quarts. Alright, I'm gonna put it. Debating. Can't hold much fluid. So if the fluid is up to here, we drain it. Yeah, like everything, nothing comes out easy though. The jack is right there too. What should I do? All right, let me get a bucket and I'll drain a little bit, and then when I remove this, then I can get the rest of the oil out. That's a good idea. This needs to be a little better. Damn dry shaft's in my way. I should have hung it up. Let's hang that up. Let's give me a zip tie or 2. It's funny. I get a couple minutes. I like to make these videos like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. That's it. So right now I'm just hanging the dryer shaft up here because get it out of the way. I'll hang it up on a brake cable. The only freaking cable I didn't replace. Funny, huh? And you know what you do? Now, not for anything, but why that zip tie catch? Okay, why didn't that? There we go. You know what? I don't trust the dryer shaft over my head. God forbid that they freaking, I don't know. Just double it. There you go. That's that. Let's drop this and the fluid should come out. Everything should work in theory now. Okay, come on, buddy. There we go. There you go. Okay, the tranny is... Alright, got a lot of rubber boot stretching there. Tran's really tilted and that boot is really stretching. How much more do you gotta go there, buddy? Okay, the Tran, not really a fan of that. I mean, it's really pushing the transmission. Got a good amount of room now. Fluid stopped. Okay, fluid's dripping down a different way. Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, so as that's draining, let's prop the tranny in a different area. I don't really want it to sit on the mount on that oil pan too much. So let me just jack it up a little bit. Okay, just to get a little weight off of that. That should be good though. Okay, so now we can get, damn it. Still not a nice shot yet. Let me move the trans more over. Alright, come on, baby. There we go. A nice shot at the drain plug. Yes. Okay, there we go. I have a trans jack. Alright, that should be like a pretty big plug actually. Alright. So I'm gonna drain this and then I'm gonna start demounting. I'm gonna put it in neutral, demount. I'm gonna take the 4 bolts off the top, the 3 bolts on the side. So that's a decent sized video, and then when I get to that point, I'll go back on, I'll show you what we got, and then we're gonna get to the starter and the bell housing bolts. Okay, we'll stop this video for a little bit. Thanks everybody. We'll get it.